remember where the rocks were after the cliff?
Rocks. Rocks.
Rocks.
Cliff?
Rocks.
You don't remember that?
It might be marked on my chart
Were you drinking?
Rocks. I didn't sign up for any rocks. We are at the Kings Ferry boat ramp on the St. Mary's River. That's Florida. That's Georgia. Cement ramp. Drops you off into about 4 feet of water. Staging docks here. Parking over here for about 20 vehicles. It's a free ramp. Looks pretty high. Of course, I've never been here, so I don't know, but it looks pretty high and it looks like a heck of a current going. And welcome back to the channel. Thanks for coming along on this adventure. We have Sarah, Tracy, and Danny going to be showing up in a few minutes, and we're on the St. Mary's River, and we're going to go east. We're going to go to Cumberland Island, Amelia Island, and perhaps the ocean today, and we're going to run the length of the St. Mary's River. It separates Florida from Georgia. And thanks for coming along today. We appreciate all the support you've been giving the channel lately. It's been fantastic. Thanks very much. Well, I thought I'd show you the map up front this time. We left Kings Ferry, headed east down the St. Mary's River, went under I-95. The river got a little bit wider there. Started entering channel markers, and we went over to Cumberland Island and docked at the Cumberland Island docks. We explored on the island, then we went back out in the outlet and went over to Amelia Island for lunch, came back and headed back down the river. There's a few changes I do next time I make this trip. We'll talk about those a little bit later. But all the way back to the ramp was about 87 miles, I think it was. So that should help you follow along as we watch the video now. It certainly is a narrow ramp, but it works. And Tracy's in for the win. Okay, so let's talk about the St. Mary's River a little bit. It's plenty deep, 25 to 28 feet the day we were on it. Very few hazards on it. I guess the main thing is that there's a floating log and you hit it, it could be a problem. But it's wide, it's deep, and we saw very little traffic during a weekday trip that we took here. I will note at high tide on the way back, that bridge, that first bridge, was only a couple feet above our heads, so you might want to slow down for it, depending on the tides. After those bridges, the river starts to get wider, starts to broaden out on a delta as it approaches the ocean. This is the I-95 bridge.
That was I-95.
Florida welcome sign.
And then as you approach this bend in the river, these sand cliffs are rather unique for Florida, especially how close they are to the ocean. So it's an interesting sight as you go flying by them. Again, it's 25 to 26 feet deep here. After those cliffs, you'll start seeing the first channel markers, because there's numerous channels out here. You're coming up on the intercoastal. There's Cumberland Island ahead, and we stopped to get our bearings as Sarah was leading.
You're pro, Sarah. Cumberland Island boat ramp. So it's a $10 entry fee to dock and come onto the island. It's the National Park Service runs it. It's paid by credit card. There's an app on the phone for it. Wild horses just graze on the island. Pretty peaceful. We're coming to the Dungeness ruins right now. Just beautiful. You know the history of these ruins? Was this a plantation or what? No, we don't. We'll read a sign up here.
Yep.
Just thinking the day what this was like. Look at those tourists over there. There's one over there. This is a big island. Danny's exploring the ruins up there. It's just magnificent. I'm gonna have to Google and see what the house looked like before the disaster. Had a fountain out here. Yeah, don't get around Mama.
Yeah.
I'm not worried about the fall. You got the garden house, 1896 to 1916. And then the greenhouse, which is probably later, although construction looks pretty old. 1898. Another dock and maybe a waterway that comes in right off the intercoastal that you could motor on in here.
They're the busiest station
Okay.
in Ocala, and they
Quite an experience. Cumberland Island, Georgia. I'm a friendly guy. Thumbs up.
Tracy was now leading us to our lunch stop, and it was a choppy ride over there. But you're very close to the ocean here. The wind had picked up, and that was the result. You pick your way down the channel until you come to the city docks. You'll see the rather large ships probably docked there during the prime season. This one was flying the Australian flag. And here are the city docks. You just dock there, then you walk up to the harbor master's office and pay a $5 fee. Everybody's working to protect their ski the best they can with their dock bumpers and stuff before we take off for lunch.
Salty pelican. Salty penguin.
That's what I
Yeah, salty pelican. Salty pelican, good choice.
Okay, it's time to head on back to the ramp. So as you're watching us go back down the river west, I mentioned earlier there might be a few changes I would make to this trip. One, now that I've ridden the St. Mary's River, it's a pretty river, and I wouldn't mind doing it again, but I think I'd launch closer to Amelia Island on the intercoastal waterway. That would give more opportunity to explore Cumberland Island proper, maybe circle it and go out in the ocean. I'd also not dock at the Cumberland Island docks again. I'd take that waterway that we found in at high tide, and I'd dock at those small docks over by the ruins if I want to get out. I think I would also spend more time exploring the beaches on the Atlantic side, on the ocean side of the island, as well as stop and see Fort Clinch on the way out to the ocean, which is on the Florida side of the border. All in all, a great trip. many thanks to Sarah for leading it.
Well, yeehaw! Well, that is the St. Mary's River. 35 miles out to Cumberland Island. Explored the island out there. The mansion, the wild horses. An excellent ride, led by Sarah. So on behalf of Tracy, Danny, and Sarah, thanks for coming along today. Thanks for supporting the channel. It's great. I appreciate it. And everyone have a great day. Take care. Bye-bye. Hey! Salty Mama, good ride. Great leading job.
You're the salty mama.
Salty penguin.
Oh, what's your shirt say? Salty Mama.